Здравствуйте, так мы продолжаем вторую часть. Не знал это разрешение, как здесь зайти, сейчас нашел. Сейчас мы все это дело сделаем. Так, надо еще что-то найти сейчас. Блин, быстренько найдем. Всего-то. Так, продолжаем игру. Заходим глубже.
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken.
Понятненько. И что у нас здесь? Древко стрелы. Древко стрелы. Кастрюля какая-то. О, лоток с кастрюлей, чтобы создать шлем. Ну-ка, дайте-ка. Объединить. С кастрюлей. Великолепник, у нас два новых шлема. 10. А это 7. Ну давайте. Одну еще девчонку подарим. Великолепненько. Шлемачок получили. Великолепненько. Так, и что-то еще-то. Зелье интеллекта. Плюс 2 к интеллекту. Ну, думаю, да, наверное. Передать надо. Так, а у меня интеллект сколько? 10. Стал. Калитник. Блин. Он только на время дается. Блин, не знал. Не знал. Будем знать, что это временная вещь. Посмотрим, что здесь может быть еще лежит.
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken.
Нету ничего, да? Ну ладненько. Пойдем дальше. Пойдем дальше.
This seems to be broken.
Так, разворот камера.
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken.
10 Так, а вот здесь что у нас? Так, а как разделиться? Зачем мне делить-то? Я возьму какую-то лазу. Поставим туда. Понял? Разделиться как? Так что же он говорил? Разделиться как надо. О, это... Диалоги. Так, разделиться. А, вот как. Можно разделить. А, можно соединять, можно разделять. Ясненько, вот так вот. Соединяешь, соединяешь. Да-да, мы уже сделали соединить. Соединили. Так, нет ничего пока. Пока ничего вроде нет.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead? A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it? In life, I toiled to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers. The legacy of Cecile is mine to preserve. Her traitors are mine to destroy. Strange indeed. Robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The Bloodstone, deliver it now and I may deign to end you quickly. I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! Run if you like, Defiler. Whichever way you take leads you to the grave.
Ну не знаю, не знаю. Что он тут хочет нам выразить, сказать. Так. 11:21.
Stand down before I put you down.
Let the blood of our enemies be your motivation.
Ну ладненько, пропустим. Не может. Ладно.
Its own deliverance.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
Да, классненько. Два раза.
Try to resist this, worm.
Так. Великолепненько. Установим жизнь себе. Так, давайте посмотрим, что он там нашел. Старая тканная шапка. Отравленная стрела. Оглушающий наконечник стрелы. Ага. наверное, с древком стрелы надо соединить, я как понимаю. Так, ну, не знаю. Пока вроде мы ничего не хотим. Так, еще один шлемик сделаем себе. Не знаю, получается ему под за это делать, не получается. Дымовой наконечник. Хорошо, так, давайте посмотрим, что здесь можно еще найти.
This seems to be broken.
Больше пока вроде нету ничего. Ну, девчонки дадим. Жизни немного. Да. Неплохо мы куда-то выбрались. Интересно, а здесь есть общая карта. Ага, есть.
Stoners. You've been had by one of them smooth-talking salesmen again. Come, give here, before I sober...
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius.
Just hold your tongue with you, Bibius. Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Scythiel. We're Legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for
Смотри,
orcs,
морков они.
for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they...
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
Ever cat the watch? Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot.
Aye, a noble word.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
Just put the sock in it, will you, Bibius?
So, you're sorcerers, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that, Strick?
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a...
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Agreed. A wig.
Capital. Come along.
Так, а что нам делать? Недалеко. Куда здесь недалеко? Ну, а чё ж они не идут провожать нас? Так, ну, давайте-ка мне меч другой поставим. Двадцать два, 28. Ох ты, разбил его сорками. Прикольная биточка.
Thank heavens. Maybe now you can learn something useful, like how to wash your underthings.
Может ударить ладненько. Так, мага бы надо бы добить как раз такого.
The time of your death is at hand.
Хорошо, молодец. подойдем поближе.
Did you see that? Those orcs had a human
Who was
commander.
that joker leading
How
those
very
orcs?
curious.
Damn traitor.
And how very disquieting.
Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
Ну, давайте посмотрим. Нас тут на одно. Магуки. Ага, понятно. Меня торговаться. Меня богиня определяет впечатление которого очень других персонажей, а также эффективность зачарования запугивания. Давайте не знаю. Что за преступление у нас? Оружие.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
Блин, даже не знаю, что что-то он носимый жезл в правой руке. Машине доспех. Улучшается уровень брони, снижает штраф. Перемещение тяжелой брони.
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Я бы хотел так, ну а преступление, что это такое? Взлом подбирает, насколько сложные замки вы можете взламывать. Как быстро вы это делаете? Насколько успешно вы можете использовать режим скрытности? Не знаю, я считаю, что как бы начал бы, конечно, лучше бы оружие. Штурм носим жезл в правой руке. Странно. А у нас посох у нас двуручный. Ну не знаю. Давайте попробуем.
One day, comrade, vengeance will
Что-то
be
пора
ours.
потерять посох. Уровень 1, шанс нанести критический урон на 10%. Базовый. Коэффициент критического удара равен 20%. Давай, ладно, идем. Так. Так, не понял, а кому дали-то это повышение? А, каждому дают. Сколько сложно замки у них взломать. Используйте отмычку и щелкните по запретному предмету. А, по запретному предмету. Скрытность. Рукоделие.
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Повышает инициативу, увеличивает урон.
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Так, ничего не, а у нее, думаю, на
Taken before his time, far before his time.
для лучников и воров. Всех людей. Эффективность стихийных и чародейских заклинаний. Интеллект. Да, интеллект повысим. Так, а что у них? Стырить ничего нельзя? Нет, у этих что-то ничего нет.
Filthy beasts! I'll kill
I
a
like
last
you
one
much
of you!
better with your guts on the floor.
Карта.
One day, comrade. Will be ours.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my. So you were, and so you weren't. Behold, there we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a so, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Counselor. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Captain Aureus, though, Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are. Or rather, she seems a likely candidate. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for the Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse and a human, you say? Truly? But that would be and yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts. A shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter, and I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and
Undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we
Понятненько.
won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Arthur mentioned?
Так, может найти кого-нибудь, кто нам что-то продаст. Как продаваться немножко.
doom and all careful now. Never know when those green beasts are gonna launch a...
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save us. We mustn't let the flames spread to the harbor. We need more help or she's lost.
Plenty of... The foulest of the lot on my backs.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Curtius, proud protector of this House of Legion goods. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And Curtius is my name.
Понятно. Я думаю,
Duty's not so bad. Hey,
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in
making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Well, a source hunter. About time the council took us seriously. Maybe you can start with the two idiots hiding their pet orc here.
так.
Away from there, you pilferer! That room is off limits to the likes of you, so close that door. Good. But do not tempt fate again, or my sword will bring thee justice.
An orc in love. Ha!
One
When
day,
this little
Moira.
child
One day you'll
fades,
show
she'll
'em all.
liberate the flesh from
Well, a source hunter. About time the council took us seriously. Maybe you can... One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Ah, who better than a proven orc crusher to
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely docile. But my prejudiced friend here, and I were patrolling outside the city walls. When who did I see? Creeping along the shore, but this lovely orcish lady. For perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, a vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly. I'm sure she must have been compelled.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness.
Ah, I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limit.
You see what a fool, my friend.
What kind of monster would...
Hello again. As you can see, I'm still...
Понятно.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our shakes.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head.
Ладненько.
Report? Still nothing, sir. Suppose there just aren't any thieves around.
Give the word.
Sail, shiver me timbers and sliver me heels. I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
Да.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we pack up.
Halt! These gates are to remain closed at all times. Captain's orders. We'll all be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunt. I don't think you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. Also, a party of 1 or 2... Thank you for heeding my words of warning, Hunter.
Наверное, мне кажется, наверх надо. Дать какого-то салса. Ух ты, прикол, сундучок там лежит. Не достать. Может, веревку туда надо скинуть? Нельзя тут как веревку приделать, чтобы туда залезть? Никак. Сюда веревку поставить. Закрыть. Ну ладно.
Source Hunters here too!
Понятно, с этим. Папа разговаривает. Место преступления. Миранда. Так, еще разок посмотрим дневничок. Ну, да. Волшебник Арху. Понятно. Наверное, все-таки надо.
Time's a waste.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish.
Borrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear! I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times, but what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal.
Cheese, tomatoes.
So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
Может,
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Everyone needs a hand now and then. Take the fish, and none but us will be the wiser.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
True enough. Without a bit of charity now and then.
That's the spirit! Or should I say...
Sir, did you just steal that fish?
No, I paid for it. The merchant just left. But
You were a witness to this event now? Tell me what happened.
Tomatoes.
This man is telling the truth. He paid for that fish for...
Quite so. I saw...
I can't thank you enough for your, discretion. I'll be going now.
Well, sorry to have bothered you then, sir. Carry on.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path. Watch the undead quiver. I can understand your sympathy for that man, but feeding him for one day will hardly remedy his circumstances. You would have done better to help him more substantially than by...
Понятненько. Так. Как нам в этот домик-то попасть? С другой стороны, что ли, пойти? Ну, наверное, все-таки сюда пойти. Закрыто. Ладненько, закрыто, так закрыто. Тут кто-то шарится.
Shut tight.
Заперто. А, это, наверное, эта крыса бегает. Который хочет поговорить с нами. Мы пока с ним что-то не можем поговорить. Так, карта. Эсмеральда. Так, как в этот дом-то попасть? А, с той стороны обойти надо.
Dear me. How the coast reminds me of my long-fled youth. I sailed the seas. I walked the worlds. Oh, how nice it is of you. The very picture of youth. Pray, let me be forward with you. O sapling rose, O leaf of spring. For my weary mind is troubled, and would highly you would listen to my grievances, guide me towards untroubled realms. Oh, you are truly a wonder. Oh, budding flower of the more hot spiced wine, and a snug little room awaits us on the king crab's first floor. Let us go there, so that we can warm our bones.
Понятно. Он предлагает нам пойти в гостиницу. Правый источник камня. Зачем он там был?
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for varmintators. Get it while it's fresh. These batches only hours away.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has... Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked.
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we...
See here. You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path. The rush. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier.
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yes. Some extra gold.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous 5, gold... Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety? Without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those...
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours.
There's no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Corbin there.
True enough.
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely... And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous 5. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it. They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous 5 see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do?
Понятненько.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to her? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke,
Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Так, а где бы
The closest I come to
продаваться?
my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than
Стоечка у
saffron's, I
нас.
dare say.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round. Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up, and by the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded. Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that. Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since...
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Так, а где эта Эсмеральда-то? Непонятно.
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Ah, you have come. Yes, that is most satisfactory. Begone, brittle.
The game, yes! A game of blood and brutality, of death and dexterity. Fun as herring the horror harlequin. But, like the serpent...
The elves of Gandavon, they lived in peace. Oh, yes. But one night, when the moon had hid her face, the orcs of the tribe of Kazuldagar beset us, all undone. Every last one of us. Except for me, the midnight rambler, away from the city. I was very old back then already, though indeed I whisper of many years hence. But death shall not find.
I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of kings is mine. Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want, and now is almost over. By Kala, Lady of the Last Gaze, I swear it is almost done. I have tracked her down by the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Color the dusk red, O sword of youth. Bloody the day with the bramble sap that runs through the veins of Victoria. Bring me the amulet that clings to her flesh, soon to fade. And yes,
Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand. The heart around which the fingers... The orcs of Gazuldagar. They knew my name. Oh, yes. By the bite of the roving rattler, they knew my design. And so they sought to save their last, an infant. Her name is that of a woman, her employment that of a civilized being. But by the fork of Barbara Man-Eater, she is nothing but an orc, a cyst of nature, one of a misbegotten litter dragged into life from the tumoured womb of a filth. Victoria, librarian, daughter, adopted child of Cecil, Mayor of Sicile. There is bloodlust in you. I can feel it. Let it out. Set it free. Undo the last of the Kazuldagar. By the breasts of
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins.
Ma Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you!
He has been driven to madness by grief, I think. But I understand his urge to see every last one of that orc tribe dead.
Perhaps, but let's just say I understand him.
The last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer.
A source hunter? Don't tell me.
Undead at every exit, orcs upon the harp.
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace.
Of the million bleeder, they'll end it all! End it all in blood!
Нам это особо не нужно, поэтому думаю, нам это пока не пригодится.
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Кружка воды, кружка вина, яблоко какое-то. Непонятно, дымовая громада. Так, платок нам нужен. Однозначно.
By the filed teeth of Sulma Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria!
Сандел орать-то. Так, это что, отмычки? Отмычки нам нужны. Есть у него отмычки? Купим немножко отмычек. 430 стоит. Ничего себе. А что? Касание вампира.
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Не знаю, зачем нам что. Так, конечно, попробую с воды.
The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer.
Наверное, сколько он просит? 62 золота, наверное,
his hot-steeled
как я
instruments.
понимаю. Так, ладно, еще 5 скинем ему. Хорошо. А что за кольцо?
By the filed teeth of Sulumar's soul shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a creeping for you, Victoria!
Да, интересно, но пока нам не интересно это дело. Так, надо что-то еще продать. Солдатский лук. 16, а это 23.
Soon the last will be beaten.
Так, лук, думаю, тоже надо продать. Запал не знаю, оставим пока.
All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Ты с маслом. Почему это бутылки нам с маслом эти?
The hunters go stalking
Пускай забирает пока, ладно.
by the needles of the million bleeder.
That I am. You wouldn't believe some of the things.
Ладненько.
Let's see. Key, lockpick, or hammer?
Давайте спустимся назад.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Or... Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your...
Хорошо. А, это, наверное, в самом начале было. Этот капитан. Понял я.
I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Капитан же был в самом начале, нет? Ну ладненько, пойдем тогда к нему сходим. этому капитану.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Так, еще разок вымкнем. Не знаю, вот в эту сторону. Надо просто немножко привыкнуть.
Beyond these walls,
The
the
Legion
dead
stands at the ready. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. Thank you for heeding my words.
Да ёлки. Так, а где этот капитан-то?
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
Немножко неудобно, что он карту не двигает сам по себе, приходится клавиатурой двигать карту. Вроде правильно идем.
Feeling hot under the collar?
Так, где тут этот
Potent
капитан-то?
heat.
Близко где-то. Легионер, легионер. Да, немножко, конечно, неудобная карта.
Might need to blow this one open.
Закрыто.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew 'em, spice 'em, stir and churn.
А, тут находится Эсмеральда.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you. Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject something.
Come one! Come all! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
What's the status,
Another
soldier?
peaceful day, sir.
Excellent! Let's keep it that way.
Cruel fortune.
У нас где-то меч был поломанный.
Ah, cruel fortune.
Странно, что поломанное. Что-то писал, что у нас поломанное что-то. А, нет, все нормально. 22.
Have some pity.
Так.
Sorry, sir.
Sir, no, sir.
You don't think it's effective, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do
You're a
anything.
source hunter, aren't you? They say you can talk to animals, but I for one won't be falling for such a tall tale. Recruits, that was sloppier than...
Так, а где этот?
You return marks of victory, Hunter. We'll vanquish our foes.
Those boys carry some rich food. Get your shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Legionnaire at your service. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. Also, thank you for heeding.
Sorry, sir.
Так, а где же?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits!
You don't think it's effective, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics.
It never ends around here. There's a zombie in my garden, my sheep is missing, an orc ate my baby, night and day, day and night.
Beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech Woman.
Ice blue eyes narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust. Her hands tense into claws, held at the ready.
Her brow knits together, but something in her pose relaxes. I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech Woman. She only startled me. And you are a source hunter. I have heard many tales of your order. This woman here, the one who now plots her revenge, she crept behind me while I was hunting, and I only defended myself. I would not hurt an innocent Screech Woman on purpose. But soon their swords were upon me, and they forced me into this cage meant for dogs. Mother would rip...
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat.
Bit Talia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her...
Attention! About face!
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy, if we can trust her.
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment in Home Forest. Every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me. Perhaps in time I will come. Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Так, давайте передадим ее лук. Я понял.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Так, а куда он? Кинжал-то что ли? А, клинок.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Так, 15-25. Так, ну что мы там еще взяли?
Sorry, sir.
Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Ребят, посильнее будет посох. Дорожные наручи дадим. Так, шлем где-то у нас был, ну ладно. Найдем кастрюлю. Сделаем мне шлем.
Sorry, sir.
Вроде больше у нас нет никакой одежды. А вот есть еще одни дорожные наручи. Было их правда. Эх, ладненько. Так, золотая пурика надо здесь держать, конечно. Стрелы всякие. Арбалет. Урон 16-24. Не знаю, пока так пускай будет. Потом посмотрим. Нужные мечки. Ладно, пускай будет. Так. Бревно какое-то.
Sorry, sir.
Наверное, сюда вначале нужно сходить и поговорить с этим кадром.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't... Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Nevertheless, I want the scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you! Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as... What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect
Ясненько. Так. Автобусное убийство. Архлошевник. Где такой у нас архлошевник? нас.
Sir, no, sir.
Those bolted embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Have some pity.
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of.
A good day to you.
Ah, hello, proportionate one. Oh, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great fan of the fine arts, no?
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Так, еще одни вот эти
Any takers?
воинки
Come
нам
on,
не
you
нужны.
chickens.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an art?
Так, ну пока. Уходим. Это будет мешаться нам. Так, как мы туда входили? Так, как мы туда заходили?
Sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scrap of gold each!
Careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffron's, I dare say.
Source Hunter. I don't mean to... Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's fun...
Source was in play here, all right. That doesn't solve the mystery.
Ничего себе. Что это такое было?
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Так. Так, ну что ж, здесь только один проход.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious! Oh yes, proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to record all. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, how you got here, though, that's on such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow. At last, a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast.
Might be quite mad.
Дракошли. Понятненько.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't the portal? It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is those torches, a light. This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well... In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devoured. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes! The chronicler of time. After you, after you! Oh, what wonders we may find on the...
Давайте посмотрим, что тут еще есть интересное. Думаю, давайте возьмем 500. Больше нечего брать. Ладненько.
You first, you first. Yes! Just as I hoped. There she is. There it is.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
То что будет нас здесь ожидать? Да, интересненько. Он куда-то сюда побежал. Давайте, наверное, за ним пойдем. мало. Зараз сюда могу идти. Дальше. Я так подразумеваю.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Or...
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable!
You have brought guests, I see.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? If any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details of their comings and goings, I could, but you are different. Of you, so please, do tell me, how did you arrive here? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you. Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does, but yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your...
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared in Source Hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true name. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What
mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how...
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores...
I see. What the void would shrink.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not...
Why, of course! That's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell!
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem. In the ethereal threads of eternity, the drift of continents through... Except, it seems, you. Ask, and I shall answer, if I can.
You're up to the challenge. What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell!
say you will take me under your wing. But I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears?
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter.
What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell! Come, come! I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
Так, давай что с этим кадром потребуемся, наверное.
The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. Not just no, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to set. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might... Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, you know, don't go share... Off you go, then! You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know.
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet doesn't... Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in... From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent. 2 more pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed, and consult with my agent. Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time I need hardly...
Как раскрыл вам тайну промежуточных комментариев с помощью кнопки. Кнопки разорвалась, сможете перейти к найденному вами
What
алтарю.
lies at its heart?
Есть
The great absence
портал недействующий и, наверное, пока еще не действующий. Ладненько. Тогда мы вернемся к своему алтарю. обсерваторию. Так, а как нам вернуться-то? Обсерватория. Конец времени. Суммарно судам обнажать. Парля. Оригинально.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzax, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. His foul murder and the plight of dying time must somehow be That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way. While you were being lectured by our friend, the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even... That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes, in a word. But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance, saved all too seldomly. Let me phrase it like Zigzax might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A point... I'll not pretend to have all the answers, or if Zigzax worries... Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzax asked me to... You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here. Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
Операционная пирамида, аппарат, такие пирамиды элемент. Понятненько. Так, давайте посмотрим, что у нас там по заданию. Личное убийство. Ну, куда нам дальше чапать? Так, непонятно.
Oh my gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? Go ahead then. See if I'll be intimidated by a brute like you.
Well, that's what you get for trying.
Out! No!
If
If
she
you
soaks in
please.
flower stink much
This
longer,
room is
deer will
private.
smell this lady from a field away. I'll save a leg of something good for when she begins to starve. Don't just stand there. Go! Away with you!
Striking it rich!
What are you still doing here? Begone! Out! Now, if you please! This room is private.
Так, а
Don't
у него,
just
наверное, нельзя
stand
ничего
there.
взять, да?
Go! What are you still doing here? Begone!
Все, туалет. Так, давайте посмотрим.
Waiting for what, exactly? Oh, thank you to leave me be, you old chap. Oh, you think you can speak that way to a... Well, besides saying I've got my eye on you, Baron.
me the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Так, ладненько, давайте вторую серию мы на этом закончим. Завтра продолжим. Всем спасибо за внимание. Не забывайте подписываться на канал. Всем удачи. Так, F5.
So you're just hanging around again, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, yellow cat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to a... Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on